Hey, what is going on, guys? Welcome back to some survival games solo with me, NATASAUR, and I am actually talking over this video. I'm not actually playing this game right now. I'm actually just talking over it, and I'm gonna talk about the topic, which is my first job, my first job experience. Now, the first job I've ever legitly had, was working at a banquet restaurant. Oh, he just committed suicide, or he got pushed by the other guy. Huh. Anyways, my first job I had was working at a restaurant, or a banquet, which is like a restaurant that holds like parties, kind of. They serve tons of people, so basically if you have a birthday, and you want to rent a restaurant or something, and just get a restaurant to have your party at, to serve tons of people. That's what a banquet would do. It could also be for like meetings or whatever. But anyways, working at this banquet full of just a variety of different kinds of nationalities and people. It was okay at first. You know, I was a busboy. That was my role in the banquet. I served people. Sometimes it was kind of difficult for me to serve some people because they were rude. They were kind of racist sometimes. You know, if they're like, they might have been a little bit racist sometimes. You know, maybe they're like, hey, white boy, why don't you come over here, white boy? Or something. They were just, sometimes it just wasn't very fun serving some people. Now, of course, a job isn't always going to be fun, but you would expect respect or kindness from the customers, and you would give them the same thing in a restaurant, but it doesn't always happen. So, working as a busboy at the restaurant that I worked in, which I usually would serve the minimum 300 people, or 200, the maximum was 900. At the most that I've ever served 900 people. That was my max. I've never done that before in my life, and I was very young. I was like 15 or 16. And also, since I was 15 or 16 at the time, I didn't get paid minimum wage. I didn't get paid correctly because of my age. It also depends on, I guess, for anybody, it depends on, what job you get. So some jobs don't care how old you are. Some jobs will just pay you minimum wage, and they'll just pay you like if you're 18 when you're actually 16. Some of them don't care, and some of them actually care about what age you are, and they will follow the rules very strictly. And if you do get a job, they'll pay you less than minimum wage. So it's kind of like taking advantage of you, kind of. But you're kind of the one who wanted the job. So it's like you either want this job or you don't. And that's the position they kind of put you in sometimes. So I didn't get paid minimum wage. I got paid less than minimum wage. The reason I had to have a job at the time was because my mom was like, hey, you know what? Get out of the house. You need to find a job or something. So, why? Why would she do that to me? And she is kind of a mean person. And the reason she would want me to get a job was probably because I played a lot of games. I played so much that she was just like, you need to get your butt out of that chair and go work. And eventually it actually happened, and she forced me into the job. Actually, I didn't find it myself. She actually found it for me. So I guess she really wanted me out of the house. So yeah, a nice mom I have, but yeah, she's just very harsh. Anyways, the job as a busboy, it was very tiring, very stressful, especially for my age, going to school. Also, the job was located like an hour away from my house, an hour or two. I think it was about an hour and 30 minutes maybe, driving all the way back and forth from my house to the banquet. It took me that long. And it was stressful, going to school, going to work. And because it's a restaurant, it's a banquet, and you have to serve so many people, and you have to be constantly standing, constantly moving, constantly serving. really weighed on me, and my mom didn't seem to give a damn. She did not care. She just said, you're gonna go to work, and it doesn't matter how much you're getting paid, at least you're getting paid something. And you know, sure, that is true, but for a teen of my age, 15 or 16, you know, it was horrible. I couldn't concentrate on school very much. She, you know, she was just killing me, and well, it became just a stressful job for me. One time I did end up dropping a whole, I don't know, it wasn't a glass of water, but it was like these silver pots where you pour water, and basically if you go to a restaurant and you go sitting down, they usually leave this huge pot of water that you can pour yourself sometimes, or they pour water on your glass. Basically one day I had a cart with like 19 or 20 pots of water, and I don't know how many fell, but a few of them fell because there's like a little bump when you move into the main area, and a whole bunch of them just spilled over. And I got out of there real quick. I got out. Nobody knew. None of my coworkers knew. I just got out of there and made sure that I did not show up there anymore. I didn't serve in the same area. I moved around to a different area and I got out of there. It was crazy. It was sometimes too much work for me. But you know, they try to take as much advantages. They try to take advantages of me as much as they can, or as much as they could, because of my age and because of how crappy I was getting paid. One day when I finally quit, and my reason for quitting the job was because it was far away. It was too far for me to go, and it was also too much for me to take. The payment was garbage too, and I wasn't treated very well. You know, because I was young and everything, and they were just like, oh, just let him do all the work, or they were just like, don't do this, don't let him do that because he's new, blah blah blah. Things just, you know, they made me feel like if I'm some kind of an idiot, like if I don't know how to calculate things, or I don't know how to do things that were so obvious and easy to do. And so I just, you know, all the, not just the pressure, but the idiocy, the idioticness, the rudeness of people just really started to push me away from that job. It would have been nice if, you know, there was more respectful, much kinder. It isn't always like that. There's always gonna be some tough jobs, but that wasn't the only thing that was bothering me. It was also the payment and how crap it was, and how far away it was. So I mean, there was a whole bunch of factors that were just saying this job is absolutely not for you. Now it's just like, yep, I gotta get out of here. But one of the things that I absolutely hated, and I found out at the very end of when I quit the job, was that in my workplace, in my banquet, apparently the waitresses that make the tips, they are supposed to share the tips with the busboys. Now this doesn't go for every banquet or for every restaurant. Some of them maybe, but in the one that I was in, they were supposed to share them with you. And guess what, guys? I was never told of this, and they never shared anything with me. I've talked to the guys, but not even them. They never told me. They were older than me. They were bigger. They're adults. So of course they're not going to give a damn about a kid or a teen. Oh, wait, guys. You should... Okay, so if you're watching the video, I got kind of cocky right here, and I was like waiting for him to come up. And look what he does. I got shot by an arrow. I should have expected that. But anyways, yeah, I got lied to, and I didn't get the tips that I was supposed to get, apparently. So, I mean, there you go, guys. My crappy job. Oh, man, never gonna be a busboy again. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Have a good day. Peace out.